This episode is brought to you by ThinkNear. Their location score platform delivers the most accurate location targeting available on mobile. Visit them at locationscore.com.
This is the Mobile Commerce Minute with your hosts, Rob Woodbridge and Chuck Martin.
It is time for the Mobile Commerce Minute. My name is Rob.
And my name is Chuck.
Finally, Chuck, a solid glimpse of mobile's real influence on retail sales, and it ain't chump change.
We're talking about mobile influencing in-store sales to the tune of $1 trillion. This is based on one of my absolute favorite studies of all time. This comes out every year, and it's called it's by Deloitte Digital, and they're the only very large organization that's doing these massive studies looking at the influence of mobile on the whole cycle of shopping, not just on who's buying something on a phone. So it's really It's one of the most insightful pieces of research that I've seen over the last few years. And the first of these was called, remember my book was called Mobile Influence that I did before their study, just for the record. But the first one that they did in 2012 was called The Dawn of Mobile Influence, which I love the title since it was named after, they didn't name it after my book, but it was named after my book was named. Anyway, then the next study they did the following year was the digital divide. And they identified influence points or influence factors, they call them. I call them influence points in the book. And basically, at that time, the influence on retail sales was 19% of all sales. Since then, the latest study that just came out, mobile influence is now 28% of all sales. That equals $1 trillion of sales. So this is monstrous. For context, Deloitte looked at basically the 94% of people sales that's happening in the store. So they basically said, for that with the 6% doing online stuff, we're going to look at where the money is really changing hands in the stores. When you look at mobile influence by category, number one is electronics at 37%, two, home furnishings, 35%, apparel at 30%, automotive 29%, entertainment 29%, baby, toddler 29%, health and wellness 23%, miscellaneous supplies 20%, and food and beverage 17%. So basically, while consumers are not using their phones to make a purchase, an enormous amount of mobile influence on retail is happening essentially under the radar.
So would you consider this the definitive answer so far as to the real reach of mobile into our wallets?
Well, it's I don't know about into our wallets, but it finally and consistently now, because they've done several of them over the last few years, it finally gets to the impact of mobile, the real impact of mobile on sales. And most of the studies don't do that. They're really just looking at who bought through a phone or how did you use your phone in the store. So I love the Deloitte study. This is I just hope they keep doing this.
Don't forget to come back for our next episode.